Welcome back to my channel, guys. If you're new, thank you for joining me, and if you're coming back to watch some more of my things, well, I just thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. So I've had this mold for quite some time, and I thought, blow it, I want to do that. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. I do have some of these little wheels and gears, and because this has its own gears and wheels in there, I thought I might add some of these to it, but I'm just not sure if they'll show up if I mica powder it first. Anyway, what I've done is I'm going to do, just tonight, just see how it goes, is I'm going to do the spokes, the numbers, and these 3 gears in this gold mix. Now, this gold mix is this metallic mica powder from Temu, and it's just called Golden, but it's really rich. And I've made it into a liquid, so it's more of a paint, by adding alcohol to it, 100% alcohol. If it dries out, I'll just add a little bit more. It's easier to paint it on that way, and you don't have so much cleanup. So that's what I'm doing. I'll just sit here and do a little bit for you. I'm loading the brush quite a lot. I have no idea how much resin this is going to take, because it's the first time that I'm actually, see, even there's got a little bit of fallout. I'm just not sure how much it's going to take, so it'll be a bit of a guesswork, and I'll be doing that in the next part of the video. So I just want to get this painted tonight before I stop. I will have to go back and try and clean that up. Let's get these spokes done. Just not sure. I have resined, I have mica powdered and then put holographic stickers on, and they did show up, but I'm just having a mind blank at the moment. If I colour all of this in chameleon mica powder and then put those little gears on, will they be hidden by the mica powder? What I'm thinking is I will dust it up, do all of this in the gold, pour the black over the back to bring out the mica powder. So I'll do the spokes and the numbers and the gears in gold. Then I will choose some chameleon powders, dust the whole lot in chameleon powders, back it in black. That's one way of doing it. Back it in black, and then put the gears on the front and then put a top coat on. That's one way of doing it. Or I could dust it in mica powders, chameleon, pour clear on it, a layer of clear, which won't bring out the mica powders so much, but then I can lay down the gears, and then over that I'll put the black. But again, the black might drown the gears. If I'm going to do the gears, it's basically got to be on clear. The third option is just don't worry about the extra gears. This is so much easier to apply. Yes, I do have 1 or 2 little spots. And I can just place this. And of course, once I've got this down, it doesn't matter where I put the chameleon powders, because it's whatever touches the silicone first, that's what will be seen. All right, so I will let that all dry up. Now I'll start this here. Let's do this here. This is a beautiful gold mica. It's a metallic. We'll have to add a little bit more water, not water, 100% alcohol to it. Okay. I think this would be a nice one for a man. I've got one that I haven't shown you yet. I made it last year, the year before. It's just sitting up on my bookshelf, ticking away. It's a whole lot of gears. I should put that on my eBay shop. I haven't done it yet. I love this because it's one of those old-fashioned penny farthings. And yeah, I'm not that old, but they were around not long before I was born. I just don't know how anybody could get up so high without falling over. I could just see me trying to get up and falling off the other side. Like I did when I tried to get into my hammock that I waited ages for this hammock to arrive. This was last year. And I sat down to sit in at one side and found myself on the ground on the other side. In and out, really fast. See, that's getting a bit thick, so I might just spray a little bit more. Mix it up. Because it's mica powder, when the alcohol dissipates or evaporates, it just goes back to powder. I don't want to put that. This might look just perfect in black and gold, actually. Just sort of touching it, not sweeping it down. I'm just laying it. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do, excuse me, around here. I'm going to do around here. And I'm going to do each one of these. I don't want to hold you up. I know your time is very precious. So I will bring you back when this is done up. Okay. I've done all of the gold, and I was going to sit here and painstakingly clean up the mess. And I thought, why? Because I want to sit down and swirl a whole lot of colours together. And that'll be taken up in it. So the colours, I'm sort of, don't know yet. I quite like this green. So really, I want to just flick it very lightly. Because it won't matter that it won't matter that it goes over the gold, because gold's already on the silicone. And it's whatever touches the silicone first. Just get my switching sponge. Do red. You don't get a lot of these from Temu in the colour, but gee, they're lovely colours. I might just leave the lids off. I just want a swirl of different colours. I have to get some up in here as well. That there. Purple. I have no idea what this is going to look like. But we'll see. It's always fun experimenting. A bit of this, a bit of that. That one. This one. These are all chameleon. Might just end up one big mess. Who knows? It'll be a clock that goes up in our house if it does. And that one I've done. Do this one. And the blue. Oh, that's pretty. What else haven't I done? This green, I think it's different. No, it's the same. It's the same. Do this one. That's a pretty one. One and this one. If I'm not happy with all those colours, oh, that's pretty. I'll just get some more out of my bundle. That one. And this one is a green, grass green and crimson. And this one, you can either, this one is, haven't seen too many of these, but they come like this, or they come with this little lid, so you can take the lid off and tip it out, and it's more controlled. But I want to get my brush in, so I'll pull it off. I'm just pulling it off. I don't want to pull it off over here in case I spill the whole lot on the clock. Oh, that's pretty. So, have I got all the colours? I've got that one, yep. So now, I'm going to get a bigger brush and just do this. Twirl it around, and this saves me cleaning up the gold. I hope I don't end up with a mica coloured card. Now make sure you get up the sides here, up on the walls, because if you don't, it'll end up black. So I am going to put black mica powder. Now I will go back to this one, because this is a smaller brush. Go up into here. Right up in there. Yeah, get around in here. Just turn this around here. You can see what I'm doing. Just get some of this extra. Yeah. If you have a soft brush, it won't leave, and you do twirlies like that, you won't leave any marks in your resin, in your mica to show up. Well, you shouldn't anyway. I just want to make sure that I'm up the sides there, because this is a tight space. And around there, around there. Now it looks like a lot of it is gold, but it's not. If you can see, if I hold that like that, you might be able to see all the different colours there. Now that will show up once the black is on. I think it'll actually be really good. Just make sure I've got all the sides done before I tip off all the extra. No, see, I've missed some up there. Try and get this one in there. In here, you can see some. Get around there, because if you're going to the trouble of mixing and all the different colours, you don't want a splodge of black where you've missed the colours. It'll really stick out like a sore thumb. That's good. Don't have to worry about in there. Or do you? Do you or do you? No. That's going to be joined there. That'll fill up, and that's joined to that. Okay, I don't know. Let me have a look. I don't know, guys. Because if that's just joined there, and I don't fill this in, then it's just, this is just going to be hanging, because there'll be no, I'm not going to take a chance. I'll fill it in. If I have to cut it out, I'll cut it out. I've never poured this one before, so I don't know. Clean my sponges, sponge things. Now, just over here, I've got my bucket. I'm going to tip off all the extra. Now I'm going to get a bigger brush and just burnish all of that in to get rid of all the loose stuff. Take it over here while I'm doing it so it just floats off. Otherwise it's going to be a lot of floating, particularly the gold. I'll just hit it on the back. should be good. Check that I didn't get any fingerprints on it. Good. Put my brushes away. And we are ready to go in the morning. I am going to go and stop for the night. It's 9:30. I'm going to go to bed. And I will finish this tomorrow. Okay. So I'm ready to pour. Now, I haven't weighed this. I haven't used this before. But I took a clock that I thought might be about the same. And it was just under 300 grams. I weighed it. Because if you don't know, if you haven't worked out how much a mould is going to weigh, but you have made it before, you can weigh the made product and that will tell you how much resin you used. But I haven't done this before, and I've just mixed up some black, and I'm using the 360 plus. It's a 2-to-1. It is FDA approved, food grade, environmentally friendly, non-toxic resin, a disruptor in the market. 360 plus has the highest clarity and UV stability of any epoxy, providing optimum strength and durability. Revolutionary, game-changing technology results in the longest lasting professional, non-yellowing, glossy finish that is world-class and second to none. It is a two parts A to 1 part B by volume. Really important. So those up there, I can't link the black pigment that I've used because I'm pretty sure I made this myself. So I'm going to sit down here so I can eyeball this on the side. I'm not spritzing it, even though there's lots of little angles here, because I've already powdered it with mica powder. Now, I've stirred this. Should be enough. I've scraped the sides. I've wiped down my stick and then re-stirred, and I think that that's going to be dark enough with the depth. I'm hoping it will be. So I'll wipe my stick again. Once I get it separated from there, just wipe my stick again. Like that, keep it clean. What's that? Oh, there's something. Oh, I know what this is. Tape. Okay, so now I'm just going to pour this. This should set up in about 4, maybe 5 hours. I'm not left it. I'm a righty. I've had a look at this. I'm not pouring into here. I wasn't sure. If I pour into there, it's not sticky. It's not joined anything, so it'll just push out. So I won't be pouring there. And that's all joined, so that's okay. So the back wheel of this penny farthing is only attached by this piece of resin. Should be all right though. I'm really looking forward to this. Pour it slowly. Hopefully that'll be okay for the bubbles. I might pour a thin coat and then flip it around a little bit gently to get bubbles out. I actually made up 450 of mils. So it was 150 of B and 300 of A. So I'm hoping that will be enough. Pour around here. And then up here gently and carefully. Oops. Oh, and try not to dip your jug into something you've already poured, like I just did. Doesn't work out well. Doesn't bode well if you do that. And then just ever so gently in here. Because resin self-levels, hopefully it will take itself into all these little nooks and crannies. There, I've over poured there, but that's okay because I'm not needing that bit. Normally, in fact, that's what I'm going to do. Normally I would pour it into a small cup. I have so much more control. I think. Just hold that for a second. There's no point in getting me getting a dotting tool out because there's so many little areas that could have, I'm just going to take the chance, so many little areas that could have holes. This is all mica powder coming up. Okay. I want to try and dome this if I can. Out of the way so you can see. Now, I'm not putting any more in there, so when I pour in here, I hope it's not going to flow back in there because I could have a mess on my hands. But that is not domed in there. This, oh, I can't put, that's domed, that little spot there. Just move that along. Couple of drops there. I'm watching this middle part because that's a hole that goes all the way through. So if it overflows, it's going to overflow onto my garage floor, my table. It's looking pretty good. I'll just put a little bit more here. A couple of drops, maybe a couple of drops here. Oh, yeah, one drop. And sometimes it only takes one drop. Two drops. There's no way I'm spritzing this because that will make it overflow its banks. See, that is flowing into there, so I can't put any more in there because this will overflow. And I leveled this before I started. I am not going to take the chance on putting any more into that. So let me see, what did I have left? Oh, wrong side. $100. So I made up $450, so $350. I looked at it and thought it was about that. Just clean this up. Now I can't move that. I just want to spritz over here. So it doesn't stick. This is very easy to get things off this Teflon. I think it's actually used for barbecues, for barbecue plates at the bottom of ovens. It's brilliant for this. Okay. I think that I'm just washing my hands. Yeah, it's still not domed here. It's a little bit low, so it's very slowly flowing somewhere. And it looks like it's going to overflow there, so put that there. Sometimes it just needs a thin bit of cardboard to level it. And that will slowly, hopefully, let it run back that way. It's hard to tell looking at that. See here, it looks like it's not domed, but here it's definitely domed. See, now you can see that it's lifted a bit. Let's see which way that goes. No, see that, according to the gold I can see, it's moving this way. And yeah, it was level. Let me see. That might just level it out. No, it's still coming this way. I wonder. Don't think I've got any more of the cardboard. What have I got? That cardboard was just off pens that I bought over the time. I don't think I have any left. It's a nuisance. Thin piece of cardboard. Oh, hang on. If I do that. Is that still? It's still going. I don't know whether you guys can see it or whether you can just see it in my head. But this gold here, it's flowing from here to here, is flowing this way. And I can see the way the resin's moving because of the way the gold is tracking. So, I'll have to use this. I don't want to. Of acrylic markers. You can see how that made a difference to which way it's going to go. Yeah, so slowly. See, that made a difference there too. I wonder if I put some here, just there. Let it track back a bit. Just there like that. See how that's suddenly moving back? That might stop it and even it out a bit. I've got to do something with this before it heats up. Oh, okay. Got to do something. What am I going to do? Oh my gosh. I'll do one of these. Do a shaken turtle. I've got heaps. So, oh, hang on. Put that on here. So I can move that. shaker turtle. And a little bit more. Little bit more. Just a couple of drops. That'll do. And then I might do this one, and I'll put some chameleon glitter into it without getting, I'm going to do that over here because I don't want it to get into the clock. So I'll do that just here. And I'm not going to put glue in to make it suspend because I want it to go down here anyway. So I'll spritz that one. And put that on a piece of paper. It's easy to move. Just tearing a piece of paper towel, putting that there. I think you can see that. Anything on the black, I'm pretty sure you can see. I won't fill all this up because it's quite heavy, and if somebody wants that as a keychain or purse charm, they don't want to be dragging around too much weight. Move that over there. What else have I got in here? I'll do this one. These are always good value. This one, little heart. I'll just spray it over here off camera so I'm not spraying onto this because I really don't want this to burst its banks. I'm not sure it won't. I'm just running my finger around there to get that right down. I'll put that. This is quite a big mould, you can see. Move those out of the way. Put that there. Pour this. And I'm recording. And I'll just get my dotting tool down here because I'm not sure if that's a bubble. No, it's all right. And I'll just put this here. Like that, and I want to dome that if I can. Just a little bit more. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Sorry if you can't. Just a little bit. That'll do. What have I got left? 50 mils. I might do. Oh, I don't know if I've got enough. I'll try. I'll do the small frame. See if I've got enough for one of those. Now, where to put that? I'll move that out of the way. I think I'll move these things. I've got stuff everywhere. I've got projects at different stages. Move that out of the way, just moving the clock. So I can fit this in here. I'll spritz this. I think you can see, I hope you can. So rub that around a little bit. Because these do get bubbles in them. Ooh, get that off there. And I'll pour this. Hopefully I've got enough. And a little bit more. A little bit more. Yeah, just move that there a bit. There, like that. Sorry, I'm going to bring this around here. A little bit more into this. My right hand's steadier than my left, so I've got to use that. That's that little bit there. That's domed. And I might just pour the last of this in here. Pour a little bit more up there. Might as well just use this up here. Oh, maybe that's going to fill it. Oh, it is. Wow, look at that. I can't put anything else in. Little butterflies. Oops. What I'll do is get this scraper and just scrape it into the, rather than do 2 dots here, 2 dots there, 2 dots, 2 dots, I'm just going to scrape it in. Like that. Like that. Get my pointy end. Right there, wipe that off. Then I'm going to get the flat one of these. It's pretty flat. Just wipe that off. See, it's gelling up already. Just wipe that off. Pick this up. Just scraping off the excess. Scraping it off. And then I'll leave that there to set. And I have another one. I may have enough to get in there before it all sets. Yeah, it's pretty thick now. These might end up with a few holes in them because it's so thick. If it doesn't, they're just little butterflies to add to different things. Doesn't matter if they don't work out. Squish that around. Move it. Yeah, you can see it's almost gelling now. Pick it up, scrape it off, and call that a day, and I will get you guys to come back when it's demold. I'm really looking forward to this. I think that gold has stopped moving, so it seems like I'm not happy with, I'm going to have to trim all of that up because I'm not happy with the fact that it didn't dome, but I couldn't dome it because it kept flowing into here, which would have made this overflow. So you've got to sort of cut your losses where you can sometimes. Anyway, I hope you're learning something. I'll bring you back on demold. Okay. Molding time. So I'll take these out first. And if you can see that, you can just see the little bit of glitter in there because I put that, is it holographic or chameleon glitter in the green. So these are the little black ones to add to my collection. I have a jar over there. So it's a good little extras mold when you've got almost nothing left. So that's those. They're all the same. I won't show you more of those. I'll put those up there. Bit hard to see the black on the black. Is that one? Oh, that's it. You can see that one a little bit better. Let me show you. Can you see that one? Yeah, see how it's just got that little pretty glitter in it. And just those. Put that to one side. And these are the extras. I'll undo the extras. I'm really excited to see what this looks like. It didn't overflow. This one overflowed just the tiniest bit here, but that's okay. I will trim that up. Okay, so it is a dull mould. That's not too bad. It's a pity this is going to be covered up by a picture, but this will be brought up. I think I'll probably do that in silver and bling it up a bit more than usual because it's quite dark in the black, but that's okay. This one, if I can break the seal on it without cutting myself. Might have to put some alcohol ink down there. Yeah, just move those there. Just a little bit of alcohol ink. Swoosh it around. It makes so much difference. Look at that. Swooshing it around. And then it's so much easier to get off. Oh, that's pretty. That's very pretty. Look at that. See the glitter? I'll put some Del Monte things around there. Trim up the back. But I do like that. Just a little trinket tray for a little girl, or you know, something you could throw your rings into. You could leave it in the kitchen even if you're cooking and taking your rings off. Pop them in there. This one is a shaker turtle. This one didn't have, and that's a bit soft. Oh, bang. A bit soft still. Yeah, just be careful with the head. He's just a plain black because I did that before I added the green glitter. It would have been nice to have that green glitter in there, but never mind. I'll put one of these lids over here. I'm trying to get a few made so that I've got them to spare. Put some shaker things in there, and that'll be the shaker turtle, and maybe make him into a key ring or a purse charm. So that's that. This one, I wasn't going to fill this all the way up as I said, but then I didn't want to waste that little bit of resin, so it ended up being filled almost to the top. Oh, that's, oh, I don't think I'm going to do anything to that. That is pretty. That is really pretty. Look at that. Don't want to move it too fast because it makes people dizzy. I'll trim it all up around the back. It wasn't quite domed. I'll trim that. And I will make that into a purse charm, I think. Here comes this. Now, not sure how this is going to turn out because I haven't done this before. Just move these molds out of the way. Put them over here. Okay, a bit excited about this. Put all this cardboard over here so I've got it for next time. The only thing that I was a bit disappointed with is this here couldn't be domed because it kept flowing back into here, which was going to push it over the edge here. So it will need to be trimmed up. Yeah, See, that was right on the edge there, but not so much here. And right on the edge here. So, yeah, it's weird. Anyway, I will undo this. Now, that is not joined, so this is only joined by this. And let's get this off. Without, I don't want to twist this too much, it's still a bit soft by the look of it. Yeah, this is still a bit soft as well. Get that down there. Turn this around this way. Look at how easy that is to come off the Teflon. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, this is a bit soft still. So I've got to be careful, guys. Pull that down there. And that there. I will let this set up properly. I'll probably make it into a clock tomorrow, I'm thinking. Yeah, take all that off. Take all that off. I have to clean that up. It's pretty good. So, clean that up tomorrow. Here we go. And yes, I will need to trim this. It's quite sharp. That could have been filled up more, but here it would have overflowed. It's not my table, so it must be opposite sides like that need filling and these don't, so it must have been the mold. Anyway, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like that. Wow. Look at those in the different lights. I don't know how, if you've got that hanging up like that, that's going to hang down like that. I don't know how you would manage to keep that out like that, which is how it's meant to be. I don't know, because the mold certainly didn't give any provision for that. Because this, if this had been filled, oh, must be low. If this had been filled with resin, that would have come out and still been separated from this and this. So there's no way around this. I wouldn't do it if I was going to dust it in the excess gold, and that I wouldn't do the numbers in gold, and I wouldn't do this in gold because it ended up being too much gold. I might have to go over this in a different colour. I don't know. I'll be thinking about that, but I can't work on it now. It's just too soft. I have to wait until it sets up completely. Now, what did I do with those? Did I put them back? I must have put them back, all those little wheels and gadgets. Oh well. Do I do this in a top coat? They're very unusual. I'll let this set up completely flat so that it's solid, and then I'll come back when I'm ready to finish it off and make it into a clock. Okay. Okay, so this has just about been finished. What I did was I used one of these, filled it up. What I noticed though, because I used a different resin, I used the Ultra Clear, same brand but different, just a slightly different viscosity, it it was running out of the end. This would have been a good one to use yesterday. But what I've done was I've gone around the whole lot twice, filled these in, filled that in, cleaned up the best I can. There's little areas like that I've still got to go back. Don't do that, touch the wet resin. Just got to go back and make sure that it comes off, because see, it's really hard to get it to stay in there when you're doing it, and when it overflows just the littlest bit, it looks clear until you get it in the light. So that's pretty good now. I do have these, and I want to put those onto here, but I want to super glue them because I don't want to try and do a top coat. If I do a top coat on this, I've got to try and do a top coat here, down here and here, and it's going to be a nightmare. So I'm hoping I'm not going to ruin this whole piece by putting these on, but I've taken a photo, and this is not the position that I want them in, but I just think, that one's there, they would look really nice. So that's what I'm going to do. A little bit of epoxy, a little bit of the E6000, USA E6000, which you can't get anymore, but you can get the normal E6000. I got this from Temu. And I'm going to put a little bit and then position them without them falling into the black resin. So you can stick around if you would like and watch me do that. This is the next video, and I don't want you to see it yet. So I'm just going to get a pair of tweezers, some blue tweezers, pointy ones. And the first one I'm going to do is just this little bit of a heart. And I've got to try and do it without getting messy. And this stuff does go stringy. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the edge, like that. Turn it over, and then just put it, I want that one here. So drop it, wipe the points, and just set it down like that. And then the next one is this one. It's that one. So I'll put a little bit. This clock's been quite time consuming, but I really like it. This time I'm going to put a little bit around the edge. No, it's not overkill, too much and you'll have a mess. Put that one. Oops. Put that one just here. Drop it. Wipe the points because you don't want that dragging. And push it down. Like that. The next one is this one. So I'm just going to keep doing this. If you want to watch me do it, that's fine. If you don't, I don't mind if you, well, I think if you fast forward it affects the algorithm, but I'm not sure. I'm too new to the game. I'm going to put that one there. I have tried to balance the silvers and the golds. So put some silver at the top, some gold at the top. Just push that down. And then this one. This one has a back and a front, so you've got to, when you're doing it, make sure, double check that you are not putting them on backwards. Just a little bit around there, that'll do you in the middle. got to make sure when I'm putting the clock hands on that I get a centre that's going to clear, let the hands clear these. Otherwise we could have a bit of an issue. See, that's the front and that's the back. I'm actually following, I did these before, put them in a position where I liked them, then took a photo of it, and now I'm following the photo. You don't want too much glue because you don't want it oozing out and being seen on the clock itself. There. Sorry. Oops, where's my photo? That's the right way. And then this little one here. And this, like the other things that I make, I will be putting this up onto eBay. That one's there. Oh, that probably should have been a silver because that one should have been there, but it doesn't matter. I'll put that one, just as long as they're roughly where you want them, where you had them and you're happy with them. It doesn't matter if they're slightly different. And then this little one. Go there. Yep. And this little one here. Here. When you put it down, try not to move it because you're moving the glue and you'll end up seeing the glue. And this one. That's, yep. You can go here. These two, and just go here, here, and last one. It's not quite where I had it pictured. Not quite where I had it pictures, but it's fine. It's a little different, but it doesn't matter. You get the idea. I'll put this one up here. That's a little different, but I still Okay, and now I'm just going to let that set. Won't touch that for a while because that glue does dry slowly, and then I will come back and give it a good clean. Make sure there's no resin here and get off whatever I can. Put my lid back on the glue, and I will come back and show you the final pictures. I think this is the only thing that I did on this one. No, I think I did a couple of other ones that I finished off, so I'll come back and show you those when this is dry and I can handle it, and when this is dry over here and I've finished filming it. So I'll see you when we get back. Silly duffer. I thought I'd finish this videoing, but I hadn't put the clock together. In fact, you can't sell a clock without the working parts. What I will say is when you're buying these sets, especially if you're buying them from somewhere like Temu, which I get all mine from Temu, but I have paid the price on it. I didn't realise the shaft comes in different lengths, and a lot of them I've bought are only that deep, and of course they don't go through something as thick as this. They only go through, say, a very thin piece of plyboard clock. So you've got to make sure you check the length of the shaft, and it comes with this, and that goes in there like that, and this one comes with the hook. Some of them come with this, some don't. If it doesn't, you've either then got to drill into the clock to put a hook on it, or you can buy, and I'm not getting it out now because I've packed it all away, but you can buy a special hook that will hook in here and come out like that, and it just sits in here and hooks it up. But I'll show you that on another video. This one though, I just want to finish this so it comes through like that. Then you put the gold washer and the gold bolt. I'm going gold because that's how they come. They come with the gold. And then you just screw that on like that. Right, that's fairly tight, but I am going to get my little wrenchy thing, which is somewhere here. Where is it? This wrenchy thing, and tighten it. Without scratching the clock. It's got to be tight, but not so tight that it will stop. It will stop it moving, stop the parts moving. So make sure that the back of this is lined up to the 12 there, and I can feel that it is underneath, and then just make sure that this is tight. I should get one that actually, that one's too big. This is the one I usually use. I should get one that actually screws out for the right size. Okay, that's good. Now, this is the fun part for me. I always muck this up. You'll notice that there are two different size holes, a bigger hole and a smaller hole. The bigger hole goes first because it has to fit over a wider part of the shaft here. And then the smaller hole fits on the thinner part of the shaft. And these are so thin that they usually end up getting bent. I'm going to put it on, and hopefully push it down. Oh, see, this is what happens. I have to stand up. Is that on? No. There it is. Well, that went on relatively easily. And then this one goes on the top. There, like that. And then this one just sits in the front like that. Pushes down. Now, if you see, they should all be parallel. That one's bent down a bit. The second hand, you don't have to put the second hand on if you don't want to, but it does have this finishing nut thing there, which makes it look nice. So that's all straight. And that's the finished clock. I think that's pretty good. I will get a battery. It takes a AA battery, so I'll get one of those out of my supply. That's here. AA. And then I'll set it. It's roughly 20 to 4. So I'll put that around here right now. That's about the right time. And then I'll put this here. And positive goes there. That here so I'm not pressing on the clock itself. Push that in. I don't want to bend those arms. See, it still moves. Come on. There, that's better. Now, this one has moved, so I'll put that there. That one got bent, so I'll have to fix that. These are very flimsy. You can see that that is now working. And I think that is one of my best clocks. I think that's great. Now I want to set that flat, which is hard because of the depth of that on the back. I will make sure that that's straight because that's where it's going to hang from. Move that back. Check it. 4 to 9 to 4. It's almost 4 o'clock. Almost 4. And that's that. And I will set that aside, take some photos, and that will be up on my eBay store. Now, that's the end. I'll put some photos on at the end. Thanks. Bye.